Dr. Klein is with us, and today we want to take about 10 minutes and talk about diet and weight loss. Doctor, the microphone is yours.
Well, here's the deal. We have a new year. We always have a new year. Okay, whether it's the Gregorian calendar or whether it's the Chinese New Year, we always have a new year, and there's always a reason for a New Year's resolution. Early or late, just the same. Well, here's the deal. One of the things that we tend to do around, let's say Christmas time, the other holidays, is we tend to eat too much, and we all know this. Yet we do it anyway, and year after year after year, we find ourselves gaining a few pounds here and a few pounds there, and then we resolve to get the weight off, and then we don't. And each year we get a little bit bigger, like that proverbial snowball rolling down the hill. Now, that's kind of a tough metaphor here in Florida. Many of the kids here, many of the adults have never seen snow. They don't understand about wet snow. But one thing that you might know about it is that under certain circumstances, it accumulates. And then there's more of it, and there's more of it. And that's kind of the way that fat is on your body. The bigger you are, the easier it is for it to accumulate. Therefore, year after year after year, there's more of you to look at. And this isn't such a good thing. Now, how do we go about dealing with this? Well, the first thing is we need to understand that the Greek word or diet, comes from the Greek root for discipline, not denial. And so it's all about discipline. It's about consistency. It's about making sure that you're doing the right thing for the right reason, whether people are watching or not. It's not just food, but it's everything else in your life. With regards to your food, what is it that puts weight on you? And, you're going to go through it and you're going to go, well, it's all about calories. It's calorie this and calorie that. And to some extent, you're absolutely right. You're also going to hear that not all calories are the same. Absolutely true. They aren't all the same. You can take 100 calories of soy and 100 calories of fructose and 100 calories of, let's say, cellulose, lettuce. The lettuce will not put weight on you, but the fructose will and the soy will. 100 grams of protein is very, very different than 100 grams of sugar. The sugar will put the weight on you, but the protein won't. Not to the same extent anyway. So what are we looking at with regards to diet? We need to look at the sorts of things that you put in your mouth and the approach that you take to what you eat. Now, we're not looking at the food pyramid. That was a lie then. It's a lie now. We're not going to get into the different elements of micronutrients. We're not going to get into that sort of thing. What I am going to get into is a matter of personal curiosity. And the personal curiosity goes something like this. I look at myself in the mirror and I wonder, what the heck are you doing wrong? You're getting fat. You're telling everybody else not to this and not to that. And when you follow your instructions, you do really, really well. Why are you not following your own instructions? So I thought about it and I realized it came down to habit. So how can I fix a habit? How can I develop a good habit? How can I develop a bad habit into a good habit? So I started looking for help. Best way to find help, is to ask for it. So what I did was I asked around who is doing what kind of diet and how does it work, and I heard all kinds of stupid stuff. And many of them involved spending a ton of money on magical this and magical that, and on foodstuffs that you're buying, that come through the mail. What I found, was that the most consistent of all the diets seemed to be something called Weight Watchers. Now, Weight Watchers back in the day was something that I looked at and I thought really wasn't very impressive. But I figured I would revisit it because, after all, maybe they've gotten a little bit better. $10 a month later. First week into Weight Watchers, I've lost 7 pounds. All right. Now, what I learned about Weight Watchers, which is very, very interesting, is that with the exception of two very small factors, two very small facts, really, Weight Watchers' approach and mine are very, very similar in terms of philosophy. But what I learned about Weight Watchers, is that it teaches you how to develop good habits. So as long as you're on the Weight Watchers, you're not eating their meals necessarily, and I would encourage you not to. I would encourage you to get the app, go on the your phone, get the Weight Watchers app. It's $10 or $11 a month, and it teaches you something about discipline. Everything that goes into your mouth gets logged in. What you realize is that which gets thrown in your mouth carries different weights, and they're not necessarily caloric. Why is this? Well, it's very, very simple. Your body will handle foods differently, as I know and as you know as a listener. But what I didn't realize was that there's sometimes a net wash with regards to the calories themselves. So you can eat 100 calories worth of hard-boiled egg and end up with no net weight issue with regards to Weight Watchers. You can have lean protein. You can have salmon. You can have as much fruit as you want, vegetables, whatever you want, with no net drag with regards to your point score. And the point score is like a bad boy score. Every time you get a point, there's something you did wrong. Okay, in my case, I was putting on 4 points, 6 points a day just in the creamer in my coffee in the morning.
Huh.
Okay, and so this was a big deal to me. I did not realize how much of a load that was until I started taking it out of my diet. I didn't realize how much of a load it was eating nuts. I thought nuts were good for you. Turns out that I wasn't so accurate. I wasn't so smart. I wasn't so knowledgeable. And again, 1 week, 7 pounds later, I'm starting to feel pretty good about it. Am I hungry as a result of this diet? And the answer is no. I eat very, very well at this point, but I do it according to the discipline. And the discipline is very interesting. There are shortcuts to it. There's some tricks that I learned, with regards to how to put foods in it and how to research things. If you don't know what something does, they have barcodes on the foods. Right now, Weight Watchers has a barcode reader. You pop it in there, it'll tell you what the point value is. My point score per day is supposed to be 28. That's what I'm allowed to. I suspect that's close to 2,800 calories, okay? It's probably 1 point per 100 calories. That seems to be the arithmetic that's coming out of my head. What I'm finding is that eating the way I'm supposed to eat, I'm popping out as little as 1,300 effective calories per day, and I'm losing weight, a lot of weight, and I'm feeling very good about it. I am not feeling sick, dizzy, or otherwise nauseated, something that plagued me when I did South Beach diet, something that plagued me when I did the diet that I wrote, which I won't mention because it wasn't any good compared to this one. That being said, okay, I don't recommend things very often. I don't recommend things flippantly, and I don't recommend things as a general rule unless I investigate them first. In this case, I've got to say that I was pleasantly surprised. In fact, I'm amazed that it worked as well as it did. And given the phone app technology, it is now far more palatable, if you pardon the phraseology, than it ever was before.
This is very interesting. Do you feel like the program has sort of moved forward in their research and their thinking than it was back when you went to the party every week and you had the person that you could counsel with on the phone? This seems to be a whole new scientific edge.
Yeah, it's very, very, very different. With regards to the person on the other end of the telephone, if you want to choose to pay for that, it's there. Okay, if you don't know how to use the app, it might pay for you to pay somebody to talk your way through it. But it has changed tremendously. With regards to their attitude, not everything carries a point value as it once did. So like I'm eating 2 bananas a day, something I never would have done before until I decided to test their theory. Their theory was that there's enough fiber in the banana to prevent you from really needing to see the extra 100 calories as a problem. What does it mean? It means you're going to have to actually burn calories to digest the darn thing. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to eat a dozen of those puppies a day, but I never ate 2 bananas a day until this, and I'm losing weight. You don't see too many fat monkeys, I got to tell you. True enough, okay? With regards to the vegetables, as long as you don't throw butter in there, you can eat a big plate of salad, but as soon as you start throwing oil in there, you start seeing those points accumulated. With regards to salad, I was dumping this balsamic vinegar in. Okay, until it started telling me, basically in no uncertain terms, that vinegar is fine, but balsamic vinegar has too much sugar in it.
Didn't know.
Who knew? Okay, exactly. So it's one of these sorts of little pieces of feedback that for as little as $10 or $11 a month, I feel very foolish for having not looked into this more recently. But that phone app portion of this made the biggest difference, which is a fairly recent technology. Their company seems to be a pretty good one. I recommend it for this. Now, with regards to dietary discipline, they allow you these kind of like fake points on the weekends. In other words, you can save them up if you underperform, or underconsume during the week. You can use them on the weekend. I'm not so sure that that's very smart. I think that when you develop a habit, okay, don't reward bad habits on the weekend. A bad habit's a bad habit, whether it's on a Monday night or a Saturday night. It doesn't make any difference. More so. Okay, and that when you're burning calories off, okay, you're what's called catabolic. Your body, okay, actually needs to rejuvenate certain tissues preferentially to others. So it's very, very important for you to use those calories that you are bringing in that are quote unquote bad boy calories to be oils in nature because your body consumes, an oddly enough, brain and nerve tissue as well as muscle tissue as part of its consumption.
There you have it, Weight Watchers. And if you want a couple of great research items, one is suffernomore.com. It'll tell you everything about the doctor and the institute. That's suffernomore.com. And don't forget stagesoflifevitamins.com. And here's further contact information.
Our phone number is 407-679-3337, and our website is stagesoflife.net. We're located in Longwood at 1917 Booth Circle. That's right off of I-4 and 434. And let's see, our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 to 5. The health store that Rob mentioned with all of our nutraceuticals is open during those office hours, but we're also on the web, as I said, at stagesoflife.net, and you can purchase your nutraceuticals at your leisure, and we will ship them to you.